Told Adam to dress the garden. He said, cultivate it. But how do you cultivate perfection? There was no gardening tools. There were no insects that would kill the plants or the grass. So all he wanted Adam and Eve to do was to cultivate the way it was created, with words. So God made everything was with words, and God said, and God said, and God said. So when we get into automatic, nothing much is automatic today unless you just ride the wave of the people that's doing all the work. You know, and if that's where you are, and there's a place for that in our lives. There's a place where we get carried, who knows for how long. But at some point in time, you got to catch fire if you want to go deeper.
He said to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. He gave you power to do it. You got the power to do it. Georgia Power is responsible for making sure the power gets to your house. Georgia Power has done its job. If you've paid your power bill, the power is always available. So when you walk in a dark room, you don't pick the phone up and call Georgia Power to tell them to turn the light on. Their job is just to supply the power. Your job is to flip the switch. See, the problem is God supplied the power, but we won't flip the switch. And rather than us flipping the switch, we keep talking to God about the problem instead of talking to the problem about God. I said, you keep talking to God about the sickness, about the issue, about the problem. And authority is not you talking to God about the problem. Authority is you talking to the problem about what God has already made available to you, and you flip the switch. You see, there are some things that God told you to do, and while you're wasting time praying to God to do the things that He told you to do already, that's a prayer that will never get answered. God is never going, He is never going to answer a prayer of something that He's already told you to do. You have been given authority to flip the switch. If you don't flip the switch, you're just going to be in a dark room because you wouldn't turn it on. See, when we should be talking to the issue or the problem, we're praying to God. We're going to God. Oh, Lord, I got a pain. Father, I believe you and I trust you. Father, remove the pain. No, He can't. Oh, that sounds strange. I'm saying He told you to. You are more powerful than you ever realized, but you won't flip the switch. You keep doing something religious instead of operating in the authority. The reason why I said God won't to, because at Psalms 89, He said every word He speaks is a covenant. And He will not turn back from the covenant that He made. So if God now gave you the authority to do something, He will not. He can't take it back. He's given you the authority to do it. He cannot take it back. He cannot. Men will say stuff and go back on their word right away. God cannot go back on His word. If He's given you the authority and the right to command and the right to flip the switch, and if you don't flip the switch, everybody now think it's God's fault, then the truth of the matter is God did His job and you didn't flip the switch. Verse 19 says, behold, I give unto who? I give unto you power or authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all of the power. That word here is ability. Over all of the ability of the enemy. Did you see what He just said? I give unto you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all of the ability of the enemy, and nothing shall by in any means hurt you. He just said it again. I gave you the authority to flip the switch. The word tread means to have absolute mastery over the serpent and scorpions. and over all the power of the enemy. You have authority over every power of your enemy. You have the authority. You got it. You got it. This is God saying what you have and what now you're going to be responsible for.